What is up, dudes and lady dudes? Welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. Today we're continuing on with our review of Yu-Gi-Oh! Ignition Assault, going through the entire set in different parts and different portions. This is the second part. The first part was the best generic cards in Ignition Assault. Today we're doing the best archetype support. Not new archetypes, so we're not talking about the 4 new decks, but we are talking about stuff that does support older archetypes, because that stuff's really cool. Konami's been doing a banging job of not letting slots in these core sets go to waste by making lists like bad generic cards, but instead just giving a ton of just like legacy support and just like support for even newer decks too. That weren't amazing on release but still need a little bump. Just throwing little stuff out like that. So really like that. I don't want to waste too much time because we got a lot of stuff we got to get through. So let's get started. We're gonna start with the Karakuris because they got 5 whole new support cards in this set. No joke. Once Master Rule 5 comes around, I believe Karakuris could actually be like a legitimately solid deck. I don't know how solid. They're still very synchro based. They have some limitations by locking themselves into earth machines and stuff like that from the extra deck, but like still, they definitely get a huge power buff. We have an awesome extender in Kunamzan, who also becomes a tuner as well, which is pretty cool. We have stuff like Shirokunishi, which is a little toad guy. I love his design. He's so cute. He's a level 1 earth tuner, by the way, so don't sleep on that with like Naturia Beast or something. But also he can change battle positions of your Karakuri monsters, which is very important because they all like have extendability or disruption when their battle position is changed. So that's really nice as a bonus effect from him. Ooh, that's really nice. And it's a quick effect for him. That's so clean. Karakuri Gamma Oil. This is essentially like Monster Reborn in an equipped spell. You can reborn a Karakuri, equip it with this, and then anytime a battle position of a Karakuri is changed, you can boost the attack and defense of the monster it's equipped to by 500. So Extender, Monster Reborn, like also gets, it gives them a boost. Nice card. I think it's fine. Karakuri Caching gives them some disruption, gives you a monster negation, as well as from the graveyard, because it's a trap, it's a quick effect, you can change a Karakuri monster's position again. We'll get to that in a second, how that can matter big time, because we also have Karakuri Burebu, the Super Shogun, here, because when his battle position is changed, or when any battle position of a Karakuri monster is changed, you can target one card your opponent controls and banish it. So combine that with the quick effect to change battle position with this guy, or with our Gamma, our little Shirokunishi, it becomes very easy to, as a disruption, change a battle position and banish a card. On top of that, on Synchro Summon, he specials a Karakuri straight from deck. So he's an extender in a boss monster all in one, which is very awesome. He protects your stuff in battle and defense mode from being destroyed and all that. I think the deck actually becomes much better, and I really hope we see it on like at least the regional circuit coming in there. Next up, we're going to move to the Time Thief stuff. So Time Thief got their first wave of support early last year, and we haven't really seen much support come since then, but finally we're getting 4 new cards. We have Time Thief Chrono Quarter, a nice card that kind of works similarly to Bezel Ship. It comes back from the graveyard, just giving you extra, material for XCs and stuff. Time Thief Startup special summons a Time Thief monster from the hand, giving you extendability, unbricking specific Time Thief monsters that are bricking you up in your hand, which is really nice. As well as being able to potentially attach a bunch of 3 different Time Thief cards from your graveyard to a monster as material. And Time Thief Retrograde, which is a counter trap that negates any spell or trap, then equips the spell or trap to a Time Thief XC user control. Very strong. And Time Thief Perpetua as well. She's so clean. She supports Redoer so well. She special summons a Time Thief from grave on standby phase, and then once per turn as a quick effect, she can just give any material from your deck to a Redoer as well. You can get a trap to add disruption to your play. You can get a spell to add the grind game and drawing cards to your play, or just a monster if you didn't have a monster and you want to be able to tag out. That's really nice as well. So this stuff's good. This will legitimately make the deck a legit deck at this point. It will be playable now, in my opinion. I don't know how playable. I don't know how good. I think it's a decent controlled deck, but we'll have to see how good it can really be. Next up, we've got some generator support, and we don't have 3 legitimate generator cards, but there are 3 cards in this set that do support generator. The first one being a legitimate new generator boss, Zoot Garda. He has a quick effect where he can tribute any 2 generator monsters and or rock monsters to target a card on the field and banish it. It's pretty good, but you have to tribute 2 now with this guy, so him by himself on the field doesn't get his effect. I still think it's a solid disruption. I still think it might be a potential 1-of in the deck because like a targeting banish is a really strong disruption. So definitely keep an eye on him there. Next up, Kaku. We already talked about him in the generic cards, but I didn't even mention, well, I did mention, but he's good in any level 9 turbo deck. Going second, this card is really nice for a deck like Generator. It gets you a level 9 on the board, super, super easy. It lets you bait out negates, play through disruptions, whatever you need to do. This guy really does it. And also, if you can just get anything in the extra monster zone, he can just jump out of your hand super quick and easy. So I like him a lot in the deck. I think he does support them specifically more than other decks just because he does have synergy there. And the last card is Kujikiri Curse. You saw this coming. This is trade in for level 9s. You're playing a deck that plays 10, maybe more level 9s in it. So Generator, just good draw card there. Moving on, we've got some Sky Striker support. We've got Sky Striker Ace Rose. This is an interesting card because I don't think it's incredibly synergistic with what Sky Strikers have done up until this point. But we did just get Engaged banned completely. That card searched Ray, so now you're forced to play 3 Ray and a Rhoda, and then maybe you're playing 3 Area 0 to try and dig for Ray. Other than that, you just that's all you got. So the deck really wants to play through its monsters now, so I would not be surprised if people literally just grab Rose and just throw 3 of her in, because like if they don't see a monster, their deck is not doing much. They need the Striker monsters to turbo their deck through. They need to play a max amount of copies as possible, and so Rose, I think, is going to provide that just as extra copies of a monster that can just get you into your extra deck. And it can be an extender. It does help you allow to link up because it does kind of jump on the field kind of easy. And then the other card is Sky Striker Maneuver Scissors Cross. This card lets you add a level 4 Sky Striker Ace monster back from grave, so Ray or Rose, but if you had 3 or more spells in grave, you can also special summon it instead. That doesn't really matter. Most of the time you're going to be using them as special summon, or as normal summon from hand, and you're usually not going to be summoning more than 1, but it's possible as an extender. Like, it can be nice. I think it might be a 1-of in the deck. It's fine. It's a nice card. Moving on, we've got Unchained, Abominable Unchained Soul. This card is nasty. This is a really cool boss monster. So he's got a bunch of different effects. When any card on your field is destroyed, he jumps out of the hand. When he's special summoned, you can discard a card to destroy one card your opponent controls, possibly providing disruption on your opponent's turn. And the last effect, during the end phase of the turn he was destroyed, he can special himself back, but when he's moved from the field again, he will go to the bottom of your deck. And he's a 3K beater. Like, he's legit. This card is no joke legit. It really takes pressure off of needing to play 3 Soul of Disaster, which was a huge brick. This guy in hand is nowhere near as close as a brick because you destroy your own cards. You can destroy your own cards, special this guy out, and keep moving there, which is really nice. I like him a lot. I really think he's versatile. He's removing cards. He's annoying to get around. He jumps out of the hand super easy. And I don't think it's going to be a good time for a lot of other players. So really excited for him. And then we have the new guy coming in the next set. So Unchained is on the up and up. Next up, we have Witchcrafter Jenny. She's a new support card for them. She kind of just power creeps some of the low-level monsters that you use for normal summoning. I still think Shmeta is still the best one. But I still think, Pator and Pottery, both are not as good as her. I think it'll be Shmeta, then Jenny, and then the other 2, you probably don't play at 3. She kind of lets you reuse your spell cards in grave, even if they are once returns, because it makes it her effect. So you can use effects twice in the same turn, even if they're hard once returns. So she's really nice for that. A really nice card for them power creeping some of their lesser good normal summon monsters. Next up is Marincess with Pascalis. She's really nice. When on summon, she lets you get another Marincess out of the hand, and then you can banish her from grave, except the turn she was summoned or sent to the grave, to add a Marincess spell or trap from back to your hand from the graveyard. It's really nice. Just recursion there. She just adds another good normal summon, a good summon to the Marincess deck, adding consistency, because that was kind of what they were lacking. It's why people were playing the Frog Engine. I don't know if people will continue to play the Frog Engine, but this is moving in the direction where you may not need to, so we'll have to see what happens there, but a nice card for them. Dragon Maid Send-Off is a quick play that lets you pretty much, like, bounce a Dragon Bee monster on field to hand, special summon another one from hand, and then that monster can't be destroyed by battle or card effects to the end of the next turn. It's a nice card. It could be really versatile. It could be used in the battle phase, just put a ton of damage on board. It could be used on your opponent's turn to kind of dodge some of their stuff, and then make your new monster like indestructible, which can be really annoying to work around. And yeah, I just think it's a good like utility card, getting them whatever, like, you know, just swapping whatever they need whenever they need, you know, to their advantage, which is really nice. I think it's a good card for them. Next up is Condolence Puppets, supporting Gimmick Puppets, letting them dump potentially 5 to 6 Gimmick Puppet monsters from deck to grave. This card's nuts. It lets you dump however many monsters your opponent controls from the extra deck, plus 1. You can dump Gimmick Puppets with different names up to that amount, which means you could potentially dump just like 5, which is wild. I don't know if you want to, but you can, and it's crazy. Also, you can banish this card from the graveyard to target a Machine XZ's monster you control, and it can't be destroyed by card effects while it's face up on the field. Nice little protection effect, but mainly you're worried about just loading your graveyard up with a ton of extenders. Can be really good. Could be really good going second card for them. I like it. And then we have Jack-O-Boran. I already talked about him in the generic video as well, kind of like Kaku. But yeah, he's just really good for zombie decks. Any zombie deck, you could say this is just like support for them. Really good. Particularly, I'm looking at zombie control, and I'm looking forward to potentially the Golden Lords and seeing if this guy can work with them. We'll have to wait and see, obviously. But he could. We'll find out. There. Moving on, we have Ghost Trick Fairy. She's just a nice Ghost Trick card. Listen, Ghost Tricks are, and probably will be till the end of time, one of the slowest Yu-Gi-Oh decks ever created. And she's nice, she's cute, she's cool. Anybody who loves playing Ghost Trick Fairies casually will love this, but I don't really see it supporting too much after that, unfortunately. Next up, we have Chronomaly Tuspa Rocket. This card lets you Foolish Burial / Extra Foolish Burial any Chronomaly monster from main or extra deck to the grave. Then if it's equipped to a number monster as material, it can attack 2 monsters each during the battle phase. It's a nice little extender for Chronomaly. I don't know, like it's nice. I don't really know too much about Chronomaly, but it seems like a nice card for them. Charged Up Heraldry, another weird one. Tribute any monster on the field to special summon 2 Heraldic Beast monsters from your deck in defense mode. Also, you're locked into Psychic and Machine monsters from the extra deck to the end of the turn. It gets you to your Heraldic monsters to possibly make some of their XZs. Their XZs are okay. It's a nice turbo card for Heraldics, but that's all I really see here. I don't think this really makes them amazing, but it's good for them. Next up is Ghost Meets Girl, a Mayakashi's Manuscript. This card lets you revive a zombie synchro, I believe, that's banished or in the graveyard. That has the same attribute as one that's already on the field. And then for the rest of this turn, you are locked into zombie monsters. It's a nice reborn card. I don't really see it being played outside of Mayakashi's. Maybe in Shiranui's, if you synchroed up in their deck, you could use this, but it's mainly just a Mayakashi like turbo card. It takes a little bit of setup, but it's fine. It's a nice card for them. And the last card here is barely even a support card, but I figured I might as well mention it. Shiny Black Sea Squatter. In the Giant Ballpark Insect deck, they were playing Insect Knight. The only real difference here is you just swap this guy in because Insect Knight is a 1900 beater. Shiny Black Sea is a 2000 beater. That's literally it. And he's part of like their legit archetype. So, yeah. he's just a very, very minimal support card. But who knows when that 100 attack points could matter. That's pretty much it, though, guys. All these support cards, there's a ton. Like I said, I love that Konami is doing this. They're just integrating more just archetype support for older decks or even newer decks because if they didn't turn out as good as Konami wanted, they give them a little bit more support, edge them up a little bit closer to the competitive scene. I love it. I really do. I really hope that Konami keeps it up. Eternity Code is just like this. A ton, even more actually, of just like archetype support. Not even new decks, but just archetype support. And it's wild. So they killed it, and I think there's a lot of interesting stuff here. I think no matter what you play, there might be something you're interested in that hopefully got some good support here, and hopefully that tickles your jimmies. But that's going to end me off for Section 2 of our Ignition Assault review, the archetype support. Section 3 is going to be going over specifically the 3 new archetypes added to the game in this set, going a little bit more in depth in there, and yeah, so stay tuned. That's going to be the last part there. Thank you so much for watching. As always, subscribe to the channel if you have not yet, and I will see you guys in the next video. Oh, also, let me know in the comments down below what archetypal support you saw here that you are the most excited about. What deck do you play that's getting support that you're just like, yes? Or is it Time Thieves? I'm excited for Time Thieves. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.